Hey, what's up? This is JTRINIDAD. I posted a video not too long ago at Fatty 666 111. That's FATTY 666 111. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna put my email on the bottom because that's not my account, so I wouldn't be able to get no comments there. But you guys can reach me at JAYADAM 1026 at hotmail.com, and I will definitely reply back. Any questions or whatever you guys want to leave me, I'll definitely reply back. But this video, I wanted to make it, and let you guys know a little bit more about, my bullying situation when I was little. It was from elementary all the way to junior high. I was bullied, for a long, long time. In school and out of school, in the streets, and um, at home. Normally kids have a safe zone in their home. They have that safety. I didn't have that. My dad was very, very strict, and I was, in school. I feel like people were on me, and you know, just seeing every move I was making, and if I wasn't making it right, they made sure to let me know, you're a faggot, you gay, you doing this wrong, you're good, you're not good at this and that, and that's the way it was at home too for me. I feel like for a long time, I just feel like I was so much aware of every move I was making. Am I making it too feminine? Am I doing it too weird? You know, um, the way I was speaking, the way I was moving my hands, the way I was turning, the way I was walking, the way I was holding things, the way I was sweeping. Maybe I wasn't sweeping right. I was too feminine. And I think it's very, very bad for a kid to be like that. For them to just watch every move they're making. It's not good. That's the way I was definitely, I was definitely like that. My dad definitely was the type to very strong attitude, and when I showed him some type of fear, he made sure that he let me know it wasn't gonna wrong. Um, you know, um, the bullying for me got really, really out of hand. That I never wanted to be at school. I hated school. It was so bad that I couldn't even focus on, studying, on getting better in math. I always said like, man, if I'm gonna be such a weirdo and such an outcast, I'll just be a schoolboy. But I couldn't even do that right. I couldn't be good at sports. Um, and I think it had to do a lot because my confidence was in the ground. My confidence was in the ground and believe in me because nobody believed in me. Uh, Definitely was very frustrating for me, and it just got too out of hand that I walked around at daytime around a lot of people in school. I have a big family, and I felt alone. So when I was at home at night in my bed, I felt it. Reality would hit me, and I would definitely get in this panic situation that I would get into, and just start crying and have this fear, and just wanted to have somebody beside me, and definitely will get up and go to my mom's and let her know like, can I sleep here? And there was a lot of time my dad would hit me because he thought I was being a scary cat, I was being a crybaby. I wasn't being that boy that I should be. And there was a lot of times that my mom would just beg me like, please stop crying because he's gonna hit you, because she didn't want him to hit me. But I just couldn't hide it out. And then there was a lot of times that I got to the point that I won't not tell nobody. I would just cry and pray. I would always pray, and you know we had us. I grew up in the Catholic Church, so I always prayed and always asked God to take this away from me. Always help me. Feeling like, why am I not like a regular little boy? How come I just can't be normal? And I feel like that just happened for a long, long time. Night after night, I'll go away and I'll come back, and I hated it, man. There was a lot of times that when I started seeing the night just coming down, the sun going down, I just sometimes I'd be like, oh, like I didn't want that. I didn't want to go through that. It was very, very painful for me. Very loneliness. There was messages that did help me sometimes being there for me, but of course, after a while, they just saw it as me being the scary cat. They didn't see it as, and it was an issue that definitely needed to be addressed and definitely needed to be fixed. I got over it because I got older and my mentality got stronger. My mind got strong and I was able to deal with it. And I definitely ran to certain things. I ran, to drinking and smoking, and definitely smoking helped me numb a lot of the situations. I remember like when I was actually doing it, like smoking and drinking, I saw it as just like that's what I kind of like doing, that's kind of who I am, like doing it. And I saw, I always kind of like I always said that I think it's dumb when people say that they numb shit, they numb things. But now that I'm older, I definitely was trying to hide things. I definitely was trying to make something numb, and there was a lot of shit that I never was numbing. Um, because there was a lot of pain, there was a lot of anger towards my dad, towards a lot of people around me that they say they're supposed to be my family. Um, and that's definitely kind of like, I think just I got older and me doing what I was doing, that kind of like helped it, but it didn't help it. It definitely made the situation worse because I was hiding it. Um, so the only thing advice I can give, to kids that are listening, you know, um, love who you are and never change for nobody. um, Definitely look for somebody to talk to, if it's somebody in school, if a teacher that you kind of feel comfortable, even though you feel embarrassed, even though you feel shy, an adult will definitely help. Some if you tell them, they will feel for you, and they will definitely give you something that can give you, can help you. you know if your parents are there to talk to you and you feel not, you don't want to talk to them, talk to them. If you can't talk to them, go to an uncle, go to an aunt, go to somebody and tell them how you feel. Because I think I was very lucky for me to deal with this on my own and still be here. Because there was a lot of times that it was always that question mark, it was always that doubt, it was always that feeling of what's the point of being in this world. But I feel like God didn't give me that strength for me to even think about being killing myself, and I love that, and that's why I still love and I believe in God, because he put me through it, and I went through it, all the struggles that I went through. But I didn't have that. I never really thought about it. I didn't feel like I have like the balls to do it, and I'm happy that I did it. you know and but not a lot of people are like that. A lot of people just, they can't deal with certain things, and they definitely, that's when you're doubting life, then what's the point? So then, I mean, the suicidal thoughts come to you right away. But definitely talk to people, and you'll see that you are not alone, and people do struggle the way you struggle. A lot of kids don't like to talk about it, but I definitely do. And then for the parents, always love your kids, and build their confidence. Tell them what when they do something good, let them know how proud you are, of them, and never make them feel like just because they're different or they're weird or they're feminine, never make them feel it's what you did not want. Because even though sometimes you don't say it, the actions, the things that you say, or from to another people, they know. Kids are smart enough to know when they're not doing what you want them to do, and the, that's not good for the confidence. Definitely don't wait for them to talk to you. You talk to them. Let them know what's going on in the school. Kind of investigate. You have to know what you have at home. When you have to know if you have a kid that's maybe a little outcast, a little different, a little feminine, a little bit weird. So you have to remember how you were in your childhood. If you were the one being bullied or you were the one bullying. So you just have to remember. I think as an adult, we need to remember our childhood so we can able to understand our kids. So definitely always love your kid no matter what. This is the kid that you brought in this world. This is the kid that God gave you. So why not make that kid happy? Definitely.